when we first started making YouTube videos.
That. I always just thought that my kids were hilarious. I thought, but I didn't say anything to anyone because it's my kids. I thought I was being prejudiced.
Oh, God.
When they wanted to jump out a window, I was like, go ahead.
You weren't concerned about our health and safety, Ma?
No, I knew you could do it.
But I didn't know I could do it.
I knew you could. You were athletic.
Oh, wow.
But when we were making videos like these,
look how cute they are. Oh my God.
Surely you didn't think like, wow,
This
my
was
kids,
awesome.
my kids were weird, or
No.
Let me ask you a question.
I did not think you were weird.
I actually want to pick. I have a bone to pick with
That
you.
was weird. No, I'm just kidding. You have a bone to pick with me?
You
What?
saw us making these videos,
Yes.
and I don't think there was besides the fact that you definitely
That was it in Shannon's.
facilitated us,
Yeah.
with our stuff. I'm not sure you fostered it that much.
What do you mean fostered it?
You let us make the videos.
Uh-huh.
You didn't encourage it.
Right. I
Why?
just let you do what you want because
Why?
you were creative. I don't know. I didn't know anything about making. I'm not a creator.
But
I'm a
surely, like
caretaker.
I've said this, and
I
I'm
didn't know what you were doing.
But I've said this on this podcast before. Like when I am an adult and a parent, and I notice my kid is taking a liking to something, I'm going to foster his growth to make sure that he's becoming the best at the thing he's doing.
I have to jump in.
No, hold on, because
I think that's,
because I believe that the instincts of children, the instincts of young people, says a lot about who they truly are as people. If you look back at what my interests when I was a kid, from like 5 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally doing all of that stuff right now, and I got lucky. I got lucky that I happened. Like, remember when I was an author? I wanted to be an author when I grew up.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to be an athlete.
Yep.
And then I wanted to make then I wanted to be an actor and make videos. And I got lucky that I, in a weird fucking way, have gotten to do all those things. But besides you kind of just letting me do it, like I was leading.
I know I didn't have any clue what. Like wasn't our world.
But
Acting,
you didn't care to but you didn't care to
Really?
educate yourself at all, or even
No.
Well, at the time there was At the time there was so. What I was going to say was I want to defend Pam on it just a little bit, just because.
Yes,
all right,
it
so
wasn't the- it wasn't a gig.
5 years ago, if your kid was just playing Mortal Kombat all day
Mm-hmm.
or Call of Duty,
But I did that too.
No. You would maybe you would let it go on, but there's no parent that 5 years ago would have been like, "Hey, you get on that Xbox because in 5 years esports is going to be so popping, and I want you to be on the front wave." No,
That's so true.
her not telling you to stop was the way, but at the time saying to you, "Oh yeah, you keep creating those videos of you walking into a log fort outside and
Right.
you and your brother cutting each other's legs off."
Right.
No, at the time, the parently thing to do was say, "Keep wrestling, get your scholarship, go to school." She did exactly what she should have done as a parent at the time.
Thank you, Mike.
You're asking her to
It's
be.
true.
You're asking her to be a
To go back.
foreseer,
Yeah.
a oracle of sorts. Thank you, Andre.
Yes.
To know that the industry's about to take off. No one would fucking know that. That's like
Nor
like in
no,
5 years.
yes.
In 5
Logan,
years, there
wait
could
till you
be
become a parent. Oh
in
my
5
God.
years there could be competitive masturbating. We don't know that it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to.
But would I
if
say,
you're-
Logan,
yes,
now get down
you
to
get
it
in there
every
and you
day.
bust a nut, son. You got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, kid.
Well, I always
I
wondered,
wasn't that competitive.
like when I came out to LA and I would be with these these child actors, my first question is like, how did you get into this? Why?
Because they went into
Traditional.
went the traditional route. Number one, you were never interested in that, or you did not.
I didn't know what it was, Mom. I was
Neither
10 years
did
old.
I.
was
We
like-
lived in Ohio and there was nothing going on.
So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, we had a
so
ton of
because there was
extra
a
time.
conscious decision made to just stay in a bubble and
Yeah, I was
decide-
very comfortable there.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Comfortability led to maybe I could have been, I don't know, something
Better than you are.
something more. Yeah.
Well, look,
seriously.
you broadened my horizons. Then, thank you, because I was perfectly happy in that bubble, and you were good, and it was protective. Like, would I have ever said, "Oh yeah, we need to go out to LA and make Logan and Jake an actor"?
I just think
child
parents need to
actors
start-
got a bad rap. They seemed like they grew up and then weren't happy. I mean, look at a lot of them.
I just
That
think
was just
parents need to
not-
start thinking a bit more dynamically about how they're raising their children.
All right, well,
That's very progressive
Easy to
thinking,
say.
and it'll be fun to watch Logan do it. But
Yeah.
you know, the majority, 98%
So
of the
in-
country, are sitting in their city of choice, telling the kids, "Yo, you could do whatever you want to do." But also at the same time, like, go do it. Like, I'm not
you
gonna
have to
sit
do
there.
it, yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and say to you, "Hey, Logan, like, cut off your brother's leg between 3 and 5 today. When you're done cutting his leg off, cut his hand off and make a joke about it for Vine or whatever. Like,
and here's the opposite of that is a lot of parents would have been like, you're not going to make any money sitting there,
that's fucked up.
Making videos and whatever and stopping somebody from their goals. Like a lot of parents would be like, no, like I came from an academic family and athletic and that kind of stuff. So it was like, you go to school, you get your good grades. That's how I was raised. That's how you were focused. And that's how you're going to make money and have a stable job. You go to college.
Let me clarify.
College. That was definitely in Ohio. College.
Let me clarify. I was always thankful that you let us make videos. Because I remember the first time we were doing it, like a 9-10-year-old putting a video online about himself is kind of fucking dangerous. Our address showed up in some of them. We were afraid to show our last name. That's why we call ourselves Zoosh.
Yep.
I was thankful you let us do that. But in hindsight, as an adult, I've always wondered where the good job, son. How can I help you do the thing that you love to do?
I did do that. I filmed. I followed you around.
She made mac and cheese.
I made mac and cheese.
There was a lot of mac and cheese.
I put up with you guys constantly, like we said a minute ago, jumping out the window, making a mess, doing things that were kind of dangerous, like riding the bike off the picnic table, or
that's my favorite video.
My support in what I thought was me letting you do that, even though most parents probably thought I was crazy.
Pam never said no, but she didn't say go. Right.
Wow.
Like that.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice
wait.
job, Mac. You
Well
summed it
said.
up.
I didn't say
It's
no.
not her fault that she didn't say go. She just didn't know where that go would take you,
So
or anything about that world.
Again, and me as a parent, I see my kids doing these videos. I'm gonna get heavily involved.
Okay, but
I'm gonna
now
immerse
you
myself.
do.
That
Now
is like
you do.
hindsight.
Of course.
Totally.
No, 100%. But if
I'm
you
20,
put
You can't blame
25,
her.
I'm
She did everything she could as a mom, which is take care of you. Did you do their laundry?
Yeah.
Did you get them to school and cook them food and give them a home to sleep in and all of the above things?
And provide them very
school,
nicely with whatever they
athletics,
needed and wanted.
home
And I was,
care.
exactly. And not even just the basics. Like I was at every wrestling match, every
seen the
football
videos.
game, every
I'm not belittling your support. That was unending. It's like quite literally. So you did all the things a mom did.
Yeah.
This was me as a creator and the insanely optimistic person I am, wondering what would have happened if I did,
I don't know.
If I did take a theater class, which I never did because I didn't know what it was.
I actually wonder what would happen if you took a theater class too. I look back and wonder that too, but it didn't seem like it was your interest. You worked so hard on school and athletics.
Because that's what I was told to do.
There was a little side.
That's what I was told to do.
I know, but there was that side thing you did that we just thought was fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of time in Ohio to just do whatever we wanted. So we would go to school, get good grades, then play sports, do well in sports, and then after all of that, still have time to make weird little YouTube videos.
I think it's cool that you have that insight and you're going to learn. I mean, no parent.
Well, that's all it is. That's all it is. I'm sorry if this came off a little bit like an attack. I just this is a podcast.
I'm
this
not
is
an attack. You wonder.
No,
So you ask a
that's
question.
it. This is a podcast. We talk about things that I'm positive people will raise their kids different because of what they heard in this podcast.
They definitely will.
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
And also that's
because by the way, I fucking love you. I never would have been able to do the fact that you were the one family in Ohio that didn't stop their kids from making these weird cringy ass videos is like why we became who we became.
Exactly.
It also could lead
no
in
problem.
it also could lead in a different direction too, because myself, and I know there's a lot of kids out there like me, rebel against whatever their parents tell them to do. So in a way, I mean, if you had told me, hey kid, you got a real spirit for these videos, I would have said, wait a second, this is a trick. My parents are telling me to make these videos. So one, and number two, we don't have to sit here and think were the right things done? Were all of the right things done on Pam's part? Were all the right things done on GP's part? And I'll tell you why. We have evidence of the product sitting right next to us that says that every single thing, to an extent, that GP and Pam did was exactly fucking right.
I love it. To an extent.
I'm not going to, nobody's perfect, right? But
got you here.
how are we going to sit here and argue about whether it was right or wrong when we're sitting next to the product of the action?
I was just curious. I don't know what wrong is and right is when it comes to parenting. What the fuck do I know? I'm just wondering.
My final thing on it too is parents, and especially moms, I've found, my mom as well, are oftentimes a bit reluctant to push their children towards a new and expanding direction. Because let me tell you, if she pushed you and it didn't work out, and she didn't tell you, Logan, go to school, get your highest grades, get that scholarship, wrestle your ass off, and you didn't become the biggest YouTube creator building forts, cutting your brother's leg off, she would regret that for the rest of her fucking life, dude. Like, my parents take that shit very seriously. And that's why at the end of the day, statistically speaking, school and that pursuit is still the fastest way to get a comfortable living. Are you going to be rich off of it? No, but she, at the time, she wanted her son to buy a house of his own, have a family in Ohio, in Westlake later on in his life. So
here's a question. Go back and ask me if today I was raising, let's say I got pregnant 5 years ago and my kid was turning 5, 6.
You tell me we had a little sibling?
Yeah, let's say you had a sibling.
Wow.
Would I push them in the direction of YouTube and this world and all that?
I bet you would. I bet you would.
Oh, sorry. Would
I bet you would.
No?
Probably.
Well, I'll tell you why. You would be dumb not to in this individual circumstance, because it's Logan Paul's little brother.
I know.
He's gonna play.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But still.
By the way, we've had this conversation. I've tried to convince her to not go through menopause in the past, and then get dad's tubes untied and somehow make a baby using a surrogate.